Here we are at the US Open, first day with Steve Flink, a good friend, great colleague, Hall of Famer, and even now, I mean, you almost, what do you have in your
that's my new ring. You were there last night, and I mentioned you as well. I should have, as part among the people that I'd known through the many years of reporting. So
this has been given to you by the Hall of Fame.
Yes, yes.
And there is a name Flink on it, and I told him there is no way I will get it one day because Scanagatta couldn't
There's
stay.
no room for it.
I should take a necklace.
They barely had room for Flink.
Yeah, okay. Listen, let's talk about this first day, mainly about two big matches. One, ladies first, one is Halep losing, and the other one is Wawrinka and Dimitrov. But let's start with ladies first. I mean, were you surprised? Because Halep said the other day, I feel I can compete, I won already one slam, I don't have any more complex. And then what happens? She plays Kanepi and she loses in 2 sets, and she was almost losing badly.
She was down up till a set and 3-love down. She looked abysmal. Then she managed to get back to 4-all, but she still lost the set. And I don't understand you, Ubaldo. She had a very good summer. She won one tournament, got to the final of another, good preparation. Confident, as you mentioned, because of having won the French back in June. This should have been she should have had at least a run at this tournament, but it didn't happen.
It didn't happen, and well, last year she had lost the first round versus Sharapova, and so I mean, maybe she doesn't like this tournament. I don't know. I mean, what do you think?
It's been a tough tournament for her through the years. She's, you know, and you remember, of course, that 2015, what happened then, right?
Yeah, well,
the two Italians.
The two Italians, of course. We had Pennetta and Vinci, and Pennetta, if I remember well, destroyed Halep.
Yes, but that was at least a semi-final. It was a good run, penultimate round of the tournament. But this is very disappointing for her, and I would imagine that her coach Darren Cahill is not terribly happy about it either.
No, but what do you think is her problem? Nerves, psychological? I mean, brain? I mean, what is it? Because
the combination of those. But I also, don't you think she's still susceptible on certain days against big hitters? They can take over the point. They can dictate. They can have her back on her heels. She's worked hard to add more aggression to her game. She's improved her serve slightly. Forehand is a bigger shot, but I still think the bigger hitters can be too much for her on certain days.
Yeah. Well, still, I mean, nowadays a good news, I think, for Serena Williams, because they belong to the same hub.
Right.
And the bookmakers these days, they were saying in America that Serena was the favorite, but even if she hadn't won any tournament this year, but now that Halep is out, she's even probably more favorite, even if, of course, first day, I mean, there are 2 weeks ahead of us.
But to me, Ubaldo, I don't know if you agree. Let's look back quickly on the year.
I usually don't.
Usually you don't. Maybe this time you will.
Okay.
But we saw Wozniacki finally win her first major at the Australian. We saw Halep finally win her first major at Roland Garros. We saw Kerber come back after winning 2 majors 2 years ago and win her third. But nobody seems to be able to sustain this great form. They win these majors and then, I mean, you don't know, they disappear in certain ways, or they don't live up to what they've done. I want to see some, Kerber did 2 years ago because she won here and she also won in Australia, so it was a great year. I'd like to see more of that in the women's game. Players that repeat their triumphs at the majors and establish themselves.
Could be the year of Sloane Stephens.
Maybe. She's had a very good year, as you know, winning Miami, finals of Roland Garros again, losing to Halep, and she's played some great tennis.
She's also another one who could lose to anybody on the wrong day.
Yes, but I think she has she can protect herself a little better than Halep can, because she has a nice combination of steadiness, but also enough power.
Listen, let's go to and talk about Wawrinka and Dimitrov. Wawrinka had beaten Dimitrov in Wimbledon when nobody really expected him to do it, because on grass Wawrinka was not always his best surface, and then he wasn't in great shape, coming back from a surgery and things like that. And now, again, he beat him again, another top 10. So Wawrinka won this tournament 2 years ago, don't forget.
Yeah, he did, absolutely, and couldn't defend last year, so now he's back, and he played well. He won it in straight sets, a little bit scared, 5-3 down in the third. He also had the trainer out earlier, but seemed to say that it wasn't anything too serious. He just worries about little injuries now, but good start for him. But Dimitrov, Ubaldo, I don't know, I don't understand him. I mean, he did have a great performance, or on his way to a great performance against Djokovic in Cincinnati, up a set in 3-1, but Djokovic came back to beat him. That might have been helpful to get his year turned around, but too many disappointing losses and performances from Dimitrov after a good, terrific ending to the 2017 season.
Yeah, winning the ATP finals.
Right,
Great. Anyway, I don't know, maybe he has some other distractions. He likes very much the women. I don't know about you.
Well, it's okay for him to like the women, but he has to also like his tennis.
Yes.
And he has to love his tennis, for that matter.
Sure.
And I feel badly for him, because he always strikes me as a good guy who cares a lot about his craft and wants to make the most of himself. But he's in a slump right now, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah. Well, Steve, let's see what's going to happen tomorrow. For today, I should again congratulate you for being an Hall of Famer, getting all the rings. I don't know what will happen next. I mean, what can happen better?
Oh, you never know, maybe some kind of a hat. I don't think there is anything left. I'm very happy about all of it, and was glad that you were there last night for the ring ceremony. I wouldn't have done it without you.
Yeah, and thanks a lot. And today I tried to wear also a tie, because I didn't want you to beat me too badly.
And the tie looks excellent with the blue striped shirt. I'm very impressed.
Okay, so see you tomorrow at the US Open for the second day of this tournament, which started very well for the Italians. The first 4 matches that the Italians played were all success, all winning, and some of them were against the odds.
Well, congratulations, Ubaldo.
Won't last longer. Bye-bye, see you tomorrow.